Welcome, dear friends, to another episode of Valley Techies. You know, as the title well says, that this is a space where we talk with people who are currently developing solutions to make the lives of blind and partially sighted people more inclusive through innovative solutions in the domain of technology. Today, we are having uh, quite a very interesting talk, and we are going to talk with somebody um, who is behind one of the inventions that has marked uh, the landscape of technological solutions for blind and partially sighted people across the world. We're talking about Be My Eyes. I'm pretty sure that most of you have heard about this, whether if it's through a friend or through people who are currently working in the promotion of the rights of blind and partially sighted people, whether it's in your country or in Europe or worldwide. And today, here I have with me the founder of this initiative, Be My Eyes, Hans Wiberg. Hello, Hans. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, before going in detail, because you know that EBU is a very big network, and just as a curiosity for our viewers, the founder of Be My Eyes, Hans, was working for the Danish Association of the Blind before the whole idea came into fruition in 2015. Tell us more about how you started thinking about it. What specific need did you identify for blind and partially sighted people that was unmet at the time?
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. And I am blind myself. I'm not totally blind, but as it is today, I have retinitis pigmentosa, and I cannot read text and so on. I can see if there's a lamp or a window or something like that, but in practice, I'm pretty much blind. In back in 2012, I was considered low vision. I could read the text on my iPhone. I was still using a white cane and so on. But my job was to visit blind and low vision people in their home and tell them about the Federation in Denmark and how to get audiobooks and whatnot. And then one day I met a young guy, and he told me that he was using FaceTime or Skype or something like that when he needed someone to see something for him, and he was alone. And I was thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he said, but I always have to think about who to call. And then I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe we can make a group you can call, so you don't have to think about that. I'm not a tech person really, and I had no idea how to make an app or anything. But his need was to have easy access to a pair of eyes for a short moment of time. And I know this from myself. Sometimes you need something to see something, and then you can either yeah, use Be My Eyes, or you can wait until your wife comes around, or your neighbor or something. And quite often we as blind people, we kind of put the thing aside and then wait until someone can help us. But it is just so nice if you can get those things out of the way and also out of your head, so you don't have to kind of think about it all the week. So that was kind of the problem that I was trying to solve. And yeah, that's how it started.
It's actually quite a very interesting story um, to know how, when you were working for the Danish Association of the Blind, how by meeting this young man, you had the chance to develop the whole idea of Be My Eyes, who turned out to be what is today. Actually, I would like to come back to Be My Eyes itself because volunteers play a key role in the app's good functioning. Nowadays, visually impaired people are connected to a wide network of people willing to assist them in their daily lives. Are volunteers trained to do their role in what capacities? And is blind and partially sighted users' feedback considered when it comes to making the application more efficient?
Oh, absolutely. And from the very beginning, I mean, at Be My Eyes, we have not invented this saying nothing about us without us, but we are a strong believer in nothing about us without us. And so when I came up with this idea, and we spent a lot of time raising the money and all that, but when we had the money to develop the app, we rented an office in one of the biggest institutions in Denmark for blind and low vision people. And in that way, we had easy access to blind and low vision people in the development process. And till this day, we have, first of all, we have 5 blind employees working for Be My Eyes, and we are, of course, involved in the development process. And then we have a huge group of beta testers who are getting early access to our new products and new versions of old products, and we try to listen to that feedback, because it takes quite a big group to get kind of around and get into all the corners and so on, and so it's super important that that we develop together with other blind people, and that is a very key point in Be My Eyes.
Hmm. Yes, indeed, teamwork, and also having people testing the app, and
Mm.
also having blind and partially sighted people themselves on board is actually one of the things that has been called for in the different forums or conferences covering actually the daily challenges for blind and partially sighted people in several domains where technology can be applied as a solution. Speaking about solutions, dear Hans, I would like to stop in one of Be My Eyes features, Be My AI, an image description tool that gives you information about many items, from a document to a feature of a physical space. It works by using artificial intelligence. How does AI work in this particular area? What real life applications does it bring to the blindness and partial sight community?
Well, I'm proud to say that Be My Eyes was the first blindness app to develop this and to have it widely used. And we are using OpenAI, because they were the first to kind of invent this. Um, and at least to make it available in such a quality where it was usable. Years ago, there were other solutions, but they were not reliable in any way. It was in 2022 in November when OpenAI they developed their OpenAI came out, and then it turned out to be a reliable solution. It will still hallucinate a little bit, but it has been a tremendous tool where you with the same app, with the Be My Eyes app, you take a photo and you get a detailed description back. In
Hmm.
the beginning, it was very, everybody was blown away and, oh, this is fantastic and so on. And it still is. But of course, now it is kind of what we expect and it is not new anymore. So we are also working on adjusting Be My AI to people who simply they don't want to be impressed now. They just want things done. And that's kind of a little different situation. But people are using Be My Eyes more than 100,000 times each day. That's more than 1 second. So it is by far our most used feature. People use it a lot in their home. Simply, they get a piece of mail, or they have food ingredients, or they drop something on the floor, or all kind of situations. You want to find the right dress and all that, and then you can just snap a photo and then wait a few seconds, and then you get a description. So that is what people are using it for. I think the interesting part is because when we launched Be My AI, we were thinking, oh, what about the volunteers? Will anyone need a volunteer anymore? But we have gotten even more calls to volunteers, even though people are using Be My AI so much. And the reason is that Be My AI is really great at many things, but sometimes it's just easier to talk to a real person. For instance, when I'm turning the washing machine on, I always use a volunteer to make sure that I have the right temperature and all that. And of course, you could do that with AI as well, but then you may need to take 5 or 6 images, and it's just easier to, hey, is it on 60 degrees now? Yes, it is. Thank you so much. So people are using Be My Eyes more than ever, but also using our volunteers more than ever. And I think that's kind of interesting.
Indeed. Keeping the human element also allows us to keep that feeling of being part of a big community where we help each other. Just coming back to the artificial intelligence item, we know that artificial intelligence offers a lot of potential when it comes to offering solutions to people with visual impairment. But of course, we cannot forget about the challenges that come with it. Um, are there any particular barriers that you have found when developing your solutions? How did you tackle those during the different stages of development of Be My AI?
Well, there's a whole bunch of issues. I think if you look at the quantity, then especially in the beginning, if you were taking a picture of text, then the first line or maybe the first 2 or 3 lines would be almost perfect, but the rest of the page could be almost entirely made up, because that is how AI was behaving in the beginning. It has improved dramatically, but it can still make up stuff, especially in text. AI is amazingly good at describing your how your living room is living, or how your is looking, or how your garden is looking, or something like that. But when it comes to text, it can be a little more tricky. So that is kind of the limitation. And we hope to have a more robust system, because either you can trust it or you can't. It's not good enough when you are blind and you cannot open the eyes and check if it is correct. And that is kind of the thing about Be My Eyes, that our users, they don't have the luxury of just open their eyes and read the text and see if it was correct. They either need to trust it or call a volunteer, basically. So we keep pushing for a better and better solution. And will we get to 100%? I don't think so. But I think we will get to a point where you can actually trust the text. Of course, you will always have to be kind of a little bit skeptical about the result. Also with volunteers, you or any person reading something for you, you need to kind of decide if you trust that person or not. And the same goes for AI. The problem with AI is that it's very convincing. It will kind of present the thing as a fact, and so you have to kind of be aware of that. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. A final question, Hans. Since 2015, we have seen many other features apart from Be My AI. Be My Eyes has also launched a Windows version. You have also created a service directory to help blind and partially sighted customers. And now we've learned that you've also launched smart glasses in partnership with Meta.
That's
As means
right.
of, yeah, as means of concluding remarks, where is the whole project heading to? Do you have any other ideas in mind? How are those last initiatives, the service directory and the smart glasses, doing so far?
Well, the smart glasses, as I have them here, has been a tremendous journey to be part of. And the reason why, I mean, there has been glasses around also for blind and low vision, smart glasses for a number of years, but they have always been very, very expensive. And now these Meta glasses, they are not made for blind people. It is a mainstream product, and that is why you can buy a pair for $300. And that's why we got involved in this, because suddenly it was not a super expensive product. And my personal dream is that we can maybe entirely skip the phone and simply just put on a pair of glasses and talk to our glasses. As it is right now, you can say, hey, Meta, and then say, be my eyes. And then the glasses will call a volunteer who will be looking out of the camera and describing what's in front of you. And you can say, hey, Meta, look and describe. And then the glasses will take a photo and give you a description of what's in front of you. And then you can use the normal glasses features where you can call friends and family on WhatsApp and Messenger and whatnot. So we are kind of getting closer to a place where you don't really need to kind of use the phone. And the reason why I'm so excited about that is that we have many users who maybe go blind when they are in their late 70s or maybe in the 80s or something. And some people have a hard time learning new skills when they are in the later part of their life. But if they can put on a pair of glasses and simply say what they want the glasses to do, then we can open this technology to a huge group of people who really need it. I mean, you and I'm 62 years now. I don't know how old you are, but we are most likely more tech savvy than also because we have been in this business for a long time. But if you kind of get kicked into it in a late stage in your life, then it can be really difficult to learn to use voiceover and so on. And that is a big part of the people who are blind and low vision. So it is super important if we can get a voice interface that really works and is easy to use. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Hans Wiberg, founder of Be My Eyes, thank you very much for responding to our questions today. It was a pleasure having you here at Ally Techies, the segment where we discuss the insights of inclusive innovation. And today it was Be My Eyes' turn to be presented, so to say.
Thank you. And also, if I may, thank you to all of our more than 10 million now volunteers all around the globe. And if I may brag a little bit, we have almost 1 million blind and low vision people signed up in basically all countries across the globe. And that is why we can make partnership with Meta and Microsoft and the other companies, because so many people are using Be My Eyes. And as a blind person myself, I'm proud that we have managed to join forces. The most important force is that so many blind people are using Be My Eyes. So when we reach out to companies like Google or Microsoft and so on, then they see a big number, because I mean, the issue in the blind community is that, and that's a good thing that we are so few, but it's also a really big problem because nobody really cares about that small group. They don't have any money and so on. But when you can present that, hey, we actually have 1 million people here, then they start listening. So volume is super important, and you can only get volume if people are actually using your product. So so I'm so humble and thankful that people are signing up and using Be My Eyes, so we can attract the bigger companies and have partnership like the one we have with the Meta glasses. So it kind of comes together, everything. So, but thank you so much for having me.
Thank you again, Hans. It was a pleasure talking to you.